Hello and welcome back to Dirty 30, the show where Lauren and I talk about just the facts and do so in only 30 minutes. So join us tonight as we talk about, marrying your cousin, lying authority figures, and maybe even a little gambling. This week on Dirty 30.
The Brew Interviews, Coast to Coast, brews, faves, and more with Lauren and Robbie.
So how you been, Lauren?
Well, Robbie, I am exhausted today. I had nightmares all last night about being attacked by possums, so...
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess so. In the Hannaford's parking lot, nonetheless, so...
Hannaford's is a magical place. It would be like Shaw's or Market Basket.
No, it was right outside the Keene Hannaford's, like on the side where that parking is. I was being attacked by a possum, and then... It kept trying to bite me, and I hit it with the chair, and then I felt really fucking bad that I hit this possum with the chair.
Where'd you get the chair?
I don't know. Your frontal lobe shuts off when you dream, okay? So it made perfect sense in my dream that there was a chair there that I was hitting a possum with. Now it doesn't make sense, but my mom was right there. She wasn't fucking doing anything to help me.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I was trying to protect her from the possum, but the possum kept running after me, trying to bite me, and I was like, fuck you, possum.
Is that an oxymoron? Lauren protecting somebody from something?
Well, listen, I like to think I'm protective, okay?
Maybe emotionally.
Yeah. I actually don't know if I would win a fight with the possum.
No, you would totally lose.
I would be so scared. They're terrifying little fucking vicious bitches, so.
I love possums.
No, possums are literal trash. Like, they're the worst.
No, they are amazing for the ecosystem.
Because they eat bugs?
They eat bugs and ticks and like things that are horrible for us.
You know what else eats ticks? Chickens. What? Okay? Fuck possums, get a chicken.
Chickens are way more disgusting than possums, I will tell you that.
No, I don't believe that for a second. Possums are disgusting.
Have you ever been to a chicken farm or anybody that has chickens? They're fucking nasty little fuckers.
Yeah, okay, chickens are gross, but possums are much worse.
Possums versus chickens. Well, we're going to put it in a chat or in a poll on Instagram.
Chickens are going to win because possums are the worst. That's
Possums are amazing.
Possums are not amazing. Well, speaking of amazing, Robbie, how are you?
Good. I'm cold and I like it.
I know it was 20 degrees out for most of today.
Really?
Well,
that's nice
at least until 10 o'clock.
I love it. So happy wearing a sweatshirt all day, not sweating. This is my weather.
I mean, I still sweat, so here we are.
Yeah, well, you're disgusting like a possum.
You're not wrong. You just said the possums are awesome.
No, the only thing you guys have in common is you both eat trash, but that's about it.
I do not eat trash, thank you.
I've seen you eat trash.
Well,
I've seen you eat trash.
No, you've seen me eat a block of cheese. That's different.
Yeah, which is basically trash. No, it's just trashy. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Lauren, what are you drinking today?
Well, I am drinking Ashwillet Gin from Sweetwater Distillery Sweetwater Farm and Distillery, in Winchester, New Hampshire, mixed with grapefruit seltzer, because that's the only drink I have.
Really? You only have gin? A little bottle of gin?
I have other alcohol, but I have nothing to, like, drink it with, and I figured, grapefruit seltzer would go best with gin, because if you've ever had gin and grapefruit juice, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah,
so.
Excellent.
Yeah, I really love this gin. It's like super like juniper-y and sprucey, which I like. It's really smooth. I highly, highly recommend getting this gin if you're anywhere near Winchester, New Hampshire, which I'm so sorry if you have to go near Winchester, New Hampshire, but...
People in New Hampshire don't go to Winchester, New Hampshire.
It's worth going to Winchester, New Hampshire for this distillery. Have you been there, Robbie?
I haven't been there, but you've given me those little nips of some of their stuff. Some of their stuff was nasty. I remember that.
I think that it was probably it was like a clear whiskey or something like that I gave
but yeah, their little moonshine was pretty nasty. They had a melon. I think it was from them. It was like a melon.
Yeah,
rum.
Yeah, I think
that was disgusting.
Oh, see, I like that one.
I don't remember if I had the gin or not.
When I went and got you the nips, they didn't have like anything in stock. Their maple whiskey is absolutely delicious. I don't know if you would like it, but it like for a non-whiskey drinker, like I love it. Hold on one second. Rizzo! You! Stop shooting while I'm recording! Oh, my cat just fucking won't stop scratching on the litter box. What was I saying?
You like gin.
Oh, yeah. So I had a choice between this Ashwillet gin or New Amsterdam gin, which
Yeah.
I also really like. Like, it's a cheap brand, but I think it's good gin. So,
If you're mixing it, who cares most of the time?
yeah, exactly. I mean, gin is gin. I love gin.
That's
and tonic.
not true.
I know that's a bad statement, but
Yeah.
I like gin and tonics are probably one of my favorite drinks. So
Mine too.
yeah,
Mine too.
yeah. What are you drinking this week, Robbie?
Well, all we had in the house was tequila, but no mixer.
Yes.
And I was like, that's not gonna, work.
oh,
So I went down to the gas station looking for some sort of juice, like a pineapple juice or orange juice. They didn't really have any juice at this sketchy place. But what they do have is actually a series of drinks that I enjoy called Body Armor.
oh yeah, I like those.
And they have like Tropical Punch. And I was like, that is perfect. So I am drinking Tropical Punch Body Armor with tequila.
All
like a
right.
decent tequila. I can't remember the brand name of it. I totally forgot to actually get that information. But it was like a $35 bottle. So like above, middle shelf garbage. So
Yeah, I mean it's no Jose Cuervo, right?
it's better than I can drink this straight.
Yeah,
I can't drink Jose straight.
I could drink Jose. Well, I could do shots of Jose, but
That's because you have a problem.
I do not have a problem.
I don't know. That's what they say all the time.
Yeah.
So moving on to the main topic for tonight, there are a lot of legal myths, if you want to put it like that not only as a kid, but as an adult, seem to make their way into our brains. Whether that's from movies and TV shows or basic hearsay from friends and family. Either way, we're here tonight to bust some of these legal myths and help correct you on the path that you maybe never chose to be on in the first place. Lauren, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Not particularly. I just know that you told me that we're doing an episode about laws that are not actually laws.
Yes, well, laws that people think are laws, but they aren't actually laws. You'll understand once we start getting into it.
I'm so excited.
I have 4 of them here, 4 or 5. Take up this 30-minute block of window. We're going to start with, everyone knows it's illegal to marry your cousin. That is false.
Oh no.
Okay, so you can, provided it's your first cousin, and you live in the 21 American states that allow it.
Are they
Cousin
all in the
marriage
South?
We'll hit them. Cousin marriage was never outlawed in England and is still allowed in Canada. So we're actually a little better than they are. But here are some of the states where cousin marriage is legal. Alabama, Alaska, Colorado, Connecticut, D.C., Florida, because of course, Georgia, Hawaii, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and North Carolina.
There are
all legal.
There is so many northern states in that list that
Very
I
sad.
was absolutely not expecting at all.
Oh yeah, I did not expect Connecticut.
Or Massachusetts. Like, I mean, New Jersey makes sense, but
Jersey's fucked. Because everything's legal in New Jersey.
everything. Yeah, I mean, they legalized weed there now too. So
Nice. There are some states where cousin marriage is sort of legal, with some restrictions. In Indiana, Arizona, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Utah, cousin marriage is only legal if both parties are of a certain age and one of the persons involved is not able to reproduce.
okay.
So it's kind of this weird middle ground. Like, you can do it, but as long as I'm assuming
But like,
18
don't
or older.
reproduce when you do it, because like
Well, it says-
genes.
Yeah, that's the main reason to it, but it says not able to reproduce. So maybe, as a woman or a man, you just can't
You're just infertile.
do anything. Infertile. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
You got no spunk in your junk.
Interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I can kind of see Utah like it being legal. Like,
Yeah, because it's so fucked over.
yeah,
there, too.
Mormons, but I mean, nothing against Mormons, but
Everything against Mormons. So, Lauren, did you ever think about marrying one of your cousins?
well, no, I only have a couple cousins.
I was gonna say you were stuttering right there. I'm like, wait.
No. So my first cousins are like 20 years older than I am.
Yeah.
And then my second cousins are also like 10 years older than I am. Like they're like it's just a big age gap between like me and I don't have a close relationship with any of my cousins.
Yeah. Well, Lauren's parents had her when they were like 72. So
What are you talking
kinda-
about? My parents had me
She
in
was
their
a
like
miracle
30s.
baby.
Well, my mom was in her 30s. I don't know if my dad was in his 40s or not yet.
let's tell them the truth. Your parents love to collect junk. They're hoarders, and then they just found you one day, and they're like, "Well, it's one more thing to collect," and then they picked you up and took you home.
Yeah. I'm not going
Oh,
to dispute that.
I thought you were gonna fight me on
so- I mean, that makes perfect sense.
You're like, yeah, they're quarters.
Yeah.
But yeah, please don't marry your cousin or fuck your cousin or do anything with your cousin. That's just messed up.
Yeah, I mean, don't.
But it is not illegal. It is illegal in a lot of like 10 states, 10 or plus states. New Hampshire being one of them.
I
It's
feel
not
like that's
legal,
just
so-
something that shouldn't have to be illegal because you just shouldn't
Yeah.
do it.
Well, back in the day, it was to kind of maintain the aristocracy for certain places. You know, like leadership and power was just bred in the family, as opposed to marrying outside of the family and bringing others in.
Yeah, but then you
So
just
that's
fucking
not a
let
thing
them
anymore.
do that, and then they all end up with like mental illness and like
Yeah,
they're
why
all.
the British royal family was so fucking fucked up for as long as they were.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But don't fucking marry your cousins. Like I watched a show on this once that it was like cousins marrying cousins, and they were like telling the family they were getting married, and the family was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
Was this a thing on
Jesus.
Pornhub?
No, I think it was like MTV.
That's like a big genre now for some reason, is like stepbrother and stepsister and oh, my stepdad caught. Yeah, see, Steph's cringing.
like inbred family porn. That's disgusting.
basically, it's really weird.
I mean, I could understand like step brother, like stepsister,
Still weird.
like one, but like anything else is kind of like
And
really...
it always comes up when I search, and I hate it. It's annoying.
You know, I see a lot of that also when I
Yeah.
am.
And of course, I'm gonna click it.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
made
what
of
do you think of
stone.
it, Robbie?
Moving on to number 2.
All right.
We've all seen it in movies and TV shows, especially soap operas. But this is the reading of the will at a lawyer's office. Everyone knows that the will is only binding if it is read to you. That's false. There is no legal requirement that the will and testament of a dead family member needs to be read aloud to anybody.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You've never seen, like, on movies and TV shows, they get the family together and they go, you know, your father died and he left you this and he left you that and he left money for
Yeah,
this.
I mean, I've seen that, but I didn't know that like that was
That's
supposed to be
literally-
like legally binding. Like if it's
Yeah.
in your will, like that, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's nothing's legally binding if it's read to you. Nowadays, there never is a situation where everyone is brought into a lawyer's office and had the will read to them. However, this was a real thing that happened like 100 years ago plus, mostly because the illiteracy rate was so high
That makes sense.
back in the day. Yeah, that most family members couldn't physically read the will to figure out what was going on, so the lawyers had to read it to them. And I think that's where it all stemmed from, but not a legal requirement for them to do that.
Interesting. I wonder how many
Yeah.
people still have like it read to them by a lawyer though. Like maybe not everyone in the same room, but like or just like Aunt Janice fucking gets it read to her, or like has the will and then like tells
Yeah.
you know, or like does everyone get to read the will? Like
You can. So that's one of the things is people just request copies. That's all it is. And the copies get sent to you by mail or by what the lawyer brings it to you. That's about it.
But like what qualifies you to get the will? Like
If
like
you're
can
in
I
the
just
will, I'm assuming.
like, is it like immediate family can like ask, or like could if my like second cousin dies, can I be like, yo, can I read
No.
her will? Like
No, I would assume it's if you're in the will, then you get a copy of the will.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
That's that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool to have a big reading of the will when I die, but like a video will, so everybody has to watch me.
Well, then you just like put it in your will that you want your video will to be like played at your funeral.
Yeah.
That way everyone who doesn't get shit can like sit there and know that they didn't get shit and you can tell them why.
Yeah. And Lauren, to my dearest friend Lauren, you're getting nothing. You're getting fucking nothing.
Fuck you, you dumb bitch.
Good night. And then I die right in the video. That's how I
Oh.
want to go.
Oh, all right.
Moving on to number 3. Counting cards at a casino is illegal. False again, Lauren.
That's not illegal?
There is no state or federal law that makes counting cards illegal. You just happen to be playing the game at a much higher level than the casino assumes you're going to be playing at. Which is like 99% of people playing.
That blows my mind that that's not illegal.
Yeah. There was actually a court case that took place in New Jersey. New Jersey?
New Jersey.
That took place in New Jersey, officially stating that counting cards is not illegal. In the case, Houston versus Resort Hotels International, the judge ruled that card counting was lawful and that a casino could not eject a patron simply because he or she is a card counter. I mean, you're just using your brain. How is it cheating? You're just smarter than everybody else in the room.
Yeah. I mean, I always envy people that can, like, keep track of cards anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
It's
if
insane.
you're good enough to do that, like, fucking, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. However, in Nevada, counting cards is not illegal, like we said, but since it's a privately owned business in Nevada, they can basically do to you whatever they want to. So they can't arrest you or call the cops, but they can kick you out of their casino for counting cards.
Okay. All right. Because I feel like I've, like, heard stories of people getting kicked out of casinos
Yes.
for counting cards. So you
Yes,
won't get
apparently-
arrested. There won't be any, like, legal consequences. But you won't ever be able to go back to that casino again, probably.
You'll just be blacklisted probably from that casino and others.
Yeah. All right. You know what they should do? They should like put those people on payroll and like let them like count cards at like certain tables for a certain amount of time, and then people will be like, "Oh, that person's having like so much luck. Like I'm gonna go play at that table." I've never been to a casino. I don't know how these things
I was
work.
gonna say, have you ever gambled at all?
No, that's a lie. I've been
Besides
to
on
one
your health?
casino and I just did slots the whole time,
Yeah.
and I lost all the money.
Well, it's pronounced sluts, but yeah, I get your point.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah. Yeah. Still lose your money either way.
I absolutely. Well, no, I didn't. I saved my last $5. I didn't gamble it away.
Wow. Then you went to the strip club,
No, I've never been to a strip club.
broke it down into dimes, and made it hail.
Just fucking making it really rain.
Ah!
That's why they
This
kicked me
weird
out of
lesbian
there.
boy just threw coins at me.
Yep.
I've never gone to a casino yet. I don't know. I just the only reason I'd go to a casino is for the food.
Do
That's it.
casinos have good food?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good food, giant buffets.
Oh, I would go for a buffet for sure.
I love
I
a
love
buffet.
buffets.
Buffets are the best. Especially
Yes.
the Chinese buffets where they have like no Chinese food.
That's
It's just-
exactly what I was just gonna say. I love Chinese buffets that don't have any Chinese food at them.
What was the sketchy Keen buffet?
Yeah, that's it. Keen
That
buffet.
was what it's called? Just called Keen buffet?
Yes.
Oh my god. You get like sushi on one plate and then you'd have like stuffed pizza crust bullshit on the other plate.
Yeah, it was between Kmart and the hair salon. Like,
No, it was between Kmart and Payless, because Payless was right in the corner.
oh well, there's a hair salon right next to Payless, like in the
Oh, is that what it
alleyway.
Yeah. My dad still jokes about that place. I'll go home to see my family. This place has been out of business. I think it's out of business, right?
I'm pretty sure it's out of business. Yeah, it's
For a
something
while
else
now.
now, isn't it?
I have no clue.
I
But
don't
my
know
dad
either.
always jokes. He's like, "Where do you want to go out for dinner tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know. You guys want to go to the Keen buffet?" I'm like, "No, Dad."
You know, that place actually used to be a dance club. My sister would go
Yes.
there all the time.
I heard that. Yes.
Yeah, she fucking loved that place. And then it was Keen Buffet. I've eaten there once.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember a thing about it.
We used to go every now and then. It's like just a thing. It was kind of expensive for what it was.
Yeah, I feel like it was like more than what I was expecting. And like was it supposed to be a Chinese buffet?
Yes.
Why did...
It was Chinese themed. It was run by Chinese people. It had giant koi fish tanks. It was Chinese.
Oh. There's another one in Brattleboro called China Buffet.
Yes.
That's literally like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all horrible. Moving on to number 4. Lauren, everybody knows that police can't lie to you, right?
Yeah.
Wrong! You would be horribly wrong. A lot of people think police can't lie to you during an interrogation. They definitely can use methods of deception, and there is a Supreme Court case which confirms this. In 1969, Frazier versus Cupp, the Supreme Court confirmed exactly what we're talking about right now. It was a murder case wherein 2 suspects were detained. They were interrogated separately, and the police lied to one, saying that the other one had already confessed to the murder. And that in turn
Interesting.
got him to confess to the whole thing, which they did do. They
I
did
feel like
commit
that
the murder.
shouldn't be legal.
I think it's okay, because if you're innocent, why would you even confess in the first place?
Well, because
You call a lawyer
because
and you
because
get
there's
out.
they use like bad they use like pressure and like interrogation that like
Okay,
just,
so he's a dumbass. That's all that is then.
well, if they keep you in like a room for like hours on hours on hours without like any sort of like hope of like leaving, like people just confess. just so that
They're
they
called
can like fucking
Greek idiots.
not be there.
And people really don't know that if you're not technically under arrest, you're just being detained, you can leave.
Oh yeah, you absolutely
They literally
can leave.
cannot stop you. Or, and half the time, if you watch a lot of Forensic Files or what's the First 48,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
as soon as somebody asks for a lawyer, they're like, "Oh fuck, okay, we're done."
Oh
Like,
yeah, if
it's over.
you are being detained or arrested, like even if you are innocent, and you haven't done anything, ask for a lawyer. Like that's
Yeah,
your
ask for a lawyer.
right. Like don't try and like do the system yourself. Like
your way
absolutely
out,
ask for a lawyer.
Police can also lie about evidence that was found, by pinning it on the guilty party. You can talk about like, "Oh, we found your fingerprints on the murder weapon." You may have not, but he doesn't know that, and he
I would be like, well, how the
fuck?
fuck they get there?
Yeah, exactly. Or DNA. So they can basically lie to you all they want. They can't lie to you about your basic rights, things like that.
Yeah.
But
Like they can't. You can't ask for a lawyer, and they be like, you can't have
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Like,
Like,
oh no, your lawyer already came. He left. Like,
Yeah.
that would get them in trouble.
yeah.
He said he doesn't want to defend you. You
So
said
like,
that.
if you ask a cop, an undercover cop that you're buying drugs from, like, are you a cop? They don't have to say yes.
Exactly, that was the next example I was going to get to. That stoners love to bring up. Like, man, if you're an undercover cop, you got to tell me. Like, no, they fucking don't. That would defeat the purpose of being undercover.
Right? I love
The history of history.
I love watching cop shows like real life like Cops or whatever where they
Yeah.
do that, and like the drug dealer or whatever actually is like, you aren't a cop, right? And they're like, no, I'm not a cop. And they're like, you got to tell me. And they're like, no, dude, I'm not a cop. And then they get fucking arrested. I love it. It's so funny.
He's being handcuffed in the car. You're not a cop, though, right?
Yeah.
Nope, not a cop.
You had to tell me, man. I asked you if you were a cop.
You have the right to remain silent. Yeah, but you're not a cop, though, right? That's all I'm worried about. That's all I got, Lauren.
That's all you got?
I mean, those are the really popular ones. We're about 23 minutes into this bitch.
Wow. That makes up for the time that we went 10 minutes over, right?
It really does. You want to rate your drink? How'd you do?
How did I do?
You made it. How'd you do?
Well, I mean, I just poured a nip of gin into a cup of grapefruit seltzer. So, like,
So a 1?
no, I mean, I love this gin. So I think it's pretty good. I don't have any ice. So it's literally just like cold.
Oh my god.
I know it like on a scale of like all the drinks I've made, like it's not the best, but this gin is really good. It's got an essence of grapefruit. Like I'll give it a 2.5. Like
How do you not have ice?
because I forgot to fucking refill my ice make. So listen, the water here tastes like a little funky. So like water like it's a weird taste if you like leave it in a cup for like a long period of time. Natural water is like
Yes.
not great. So but the ice, like if I put my ice in my drink, like it gets that funky taste like when it starts to melt. So like I don't make ice.
Just buy
here.
like one of those big gallon jugs of water from like Walmart and bullshit, and just
Yeah.
you sit that on the side of your fridge and just refill your tray with that. Close it, put it back.
Well, I will next time, but I didn't this time, Robbie. Okay, I didn't have any fucking ice. All right, it's
Sounds like
cold
the
seltzer
most
though,
miserable
so
drink ever.
yeah, it's not great. I wish I had like a lime or something to like
Yeah.
squirt in it, but
Drinks
Whatever,
are
it-
nothing without ice.
the gin I rate a solid 3. The drink itself I rate like a 2. That's
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
preparation and technique, -1 star.
exactly. Yes, I accept that completely. What about you, Robbie?
I drank Body Armor Tropical Punch with some pretty
Yes.
good tequila. Plenty of ice, of course. It's good. I'm not a huge, tequila mixed drinker. I never have been. I like tequila straight. If it's a good tequila, I love that.
Why didn't
I
you
know
drink
that's
it
not-
straight again?
Why I didn't?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do that to myself right now.
Oh, I want to. We should do.
I have to
a-
read.
We should do a Beyond the Brews, and I'll make you do some shots of it after this.
I gotta read. Tequila's great. I'd give the tequila like a 3.5, 4.
Wow.
Mixed drink altogether, like a 2.5. It's nothing special, but if you're looking to get wasted, it's fine.
I like that you and I both have like good alcohols, but just made shitty drinks with them.
Well, I made a good drink of what I had. I have ice.
Yeah, all right.
I used a shaker. I mean,
Oh, all right. Well, you got all fancy and shit with it.
I have to. Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode. You can find the Brew Interviews on our Instagram account at The Brew Interviews or on Twitter at Brew Interviews. You can also send us an email at thebrewinterviews@gmail.com or on Facebook under The Brew Interviews. And if you feel so inclined, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/The Brew Interviews and become part of the Brew Interviews family, just like these few people: Hillary, Mitch, Steph, Karen, Danny, Jess, and the Wreck My Podcast crew. Thank you very much for supporting the show. Also be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And be sure to check out our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and use our promo code BREW4U and get 50% off almost any item when you do. So you get yourself something sexy and also help out the show at the same exact time. For the Brew Interviews, I'm Robbie.
And I'm Lauren.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been The Brew Interviews, a podcast about craft beers coast to coast with Lauren and Robbie.
Dog's barking.
My cat's shitting, your dogs are barking. What a night.